Welcome, this is Carrie Schell from On Point Quilter. A little over 2 years ago, I did a quilt that I entitled F is for Fall. And for that quilt, the focus was to create embroidery designs in EQ stitch. I decided to rework that particular project to use traditional applique, and I will share with you how to do it. On the home screen, select New Project. Label it F is for Fall Applique and select OK. Select Design a Quilt from Scratch and do a new quilt horizontal. On the Layout tab, change the number of horizontal blocks to 2 and vertical to 4, and change the finish size of the blocks to 4.5. Under Finish Size of Sashing, click on Include Sash Border and change the sashing to 1 inch. And a correction, under Number of Blocks, change the horizontal to 1. Select the Borders tab and let's change the width of the border to 1.5, and this is a long horizontal. Select the Design tab and select Fabric Tools. Color the blocks with a black. I did bring in some additional fabrics which I can use for the sashing and the border. To piece this quilt, I would prefer to combine the top and bottom sashings with the cornerstones. On Layer 2, select Block Tools and click on the 3 dots and select Add a Plain Block. Drag the plain block on the quilt and zoom in. Select the tape measure and measure across all 3 pieces. Note that it is 6.5. As a reminder, the height is 1 inch. So select the Adjust tool, change the width to 6.5 and the height to 1. Under Quilt Grid Setup, change the grid snap increments to 1/2 inch. Then under the grid snap options, make sure the middle one, which is snap block position to grid, is turned on. Drag the resized block to the top sashing. With the Adjust tool still turned on, select Copy followed by 4 pastes. Position each of these over the other horizontal sashing segments. Then select Fabric Tools and color this. Select the icon to hide Layer 2 and then select Layer 1. Recolor the horizontal sashing and cornerstones with an ugly fabric. My definition of an ugly fabric is a fabric that will definitely not be used anywhere else in the quilt. Click on the eye icon on Layer 2 so those patches are now visible. Select Layer 2 and select Text Tools. Under Set Text, select a font. Now you can select any font that you have on your computer. I chose to use one called Harrington. Note that my size in inches is 3. Hold down Shift on your keyboard and drag a box. Type a capital F. Under Additional Formatting, select Bold. Select it with the Adjust tool, and now we're going to turn off Snap Block Position to Grid, and we're going to position it in the upper left corner of the first block. Select Set Text, and with the Shift key, drag another box, and this time type in A. Select it with the Adjust tool, and move to the upper left corner of the second block, and then Set Text, Shift key, drag a box, put in a capital L, select it with the Adjust tool, move it to the upper left corner of the third block, and then we can do a copy and paste for the fourth block. Select Fabric tool and recolor each of the letters using a fall colored fabric. And select Add to Project Sketchbook. Stay tuned because next week I'll share with you how to create some fall themed applique motifs for the blocks.